And here is the Writer's Almanac for Wednesday, the 13th of March, 2019. It's the birthday of Janet Flanner, born Indianapolis, 1892, went to the University of Chicago. She was kicked out for being a rebellious influence. Went back to Indianapolis, worked for the Indianapolis Star. She was a film critic there. Moved to Pennsylvania, worked for a girls' reformatory. Then in 1922, went over to Paris, where she began writing long letters to her friends in America, including Jane Grant, with whom Janet Flanner had helped to found the Lucy Stone League, which was an organization fighting to allow women to keep and to use legally their maiden name after marriage. Jane Grant was the wife of Harold Ross, who was starting a new magazine in New York, and she asked if Janet Flanner would write a regular letter from Paris for the magazine. The first one appeared in the New Yorker in September of 1925, and she continued writing it for 50 years. It's the birthday of the science fiction writer L. Ron Hubbard, born in Tilden, Nebraska, 1911. In 1950, he wrote Dianetics, the modern science of mental health, which formed the basis of the Church of Scientology. In the book, he says that humans have engrams, recordings of painful events in the past stored in their subconscious, which are the basis of physical and emotional problems. In order to be cleared of them, a person takes part in an auditing session in which a counselor uses an electropsychometer, or E-meter, to measure the mental state of a person, locating areas of spiritual distress. And it was on this day in 1881, Henrik Ibsen's play Ghosts opened on the London stage, in which he wrote, "I almost think we're all of us ghosts, all sorts of dead ideas and lifeless old beliefs with no vitality that cling to us all the same, and we can't get rid of them." It was on this date, 2003, the journal Nature reported the discovery of 350,000-year-old fossilized human footprints in Italy, the oldest known human footprints, about 8 inches long, 4 inches wide. Their makers probably about 5 feet tall. Here's a poem for today by D.H. Lawrence entitled Work. There is no point in work unless it preoccupies you as well as occupies you. When you are only occupied, you are an empty shell. A man needs to be independent at his work so that he can put his own self into it. When a man puts his own self into his work, he is living, not merely working. When men wove with their hands and their soul's attention the cloth they wore, they lived themselves forth like a tree putting out woven leaves, and it made them happy. And the woven cloth of their hands came from them, living like leaves from the tree of their life, and clothed them with living leaves. And as with cloth, so with all things, houses, shoes, wagons, or cups, men used to put them forth sensitively, like boughs, leaves, fruits, flowers, from their tree of life, and villages, whole cities, lived as true flowers of men. It will be so again, for man will smash all his machines again at last, and for the sake of clothing himself in his own leaf-like cloth, issued from his life, and dwelling in his own bowery house like a bird in a bush, and drinking from the cups that have flowered from his own fingers, he will cancel again these machines we have got. A poem by D.H. Lawrence entitled Work. And that's the Writer's Almanac for Wednesday, the 13th of March, 2019. Be well, do good work, and keep in touch.